everybody, and welcome to our presentation. I am FADOUA BENHAMZA, and I am a PhD researcher at Abdelmalek Saadi University, Laboratory of Innovative and Technologies. So today I am going to present our research topic about competency model characteristics, maintenance 4.0. Our plan is as follows: first, introduction, methodology, results and discussion, and finally, a brief conclusion. You can see the moving the slide?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, okay. You can proceed for introduction.
The job requirements of maintenance employee have changed significantly over the past several years due to digitalization of maintenance. So many companies in the world started to use the competency models in order to employ people with great potential and in an easier way. The main advantages of a competency model is to have a more reliable prediction of employees' performance, evaluation system optimization, reasonable personnel recruitment, and it allows to increase the quality of training program development. So in this context, competency categories and the competency models characteristics were investigated in order to identify which model is closer to maintenance 4.0. Let's start with the methodology of our research. So first, we conducted a systematic literature review investigating competency model, whether general or specific. Our research investigated on three main electronic databases, such as Google Scholar, ScienceDirect, i3O Explorer, and using the search term competency model with the criterion that this term is on title, and the second criterion that the publications are published between 2010 and 2021. Other results, we identified 1159 articles, and after the selection procedure, we obtained 34 articles. We highlight that the 16 references have been added, which are related to building a competency model in general. So in total, 50 references were investigated in our research. Let's turn now to results and discussion, and the first result, competency categories. So as you can see, different categories are extracted, and we will analyze these categories. So to extract a group, or the group of competency categories, we categorized the 34 publications with a reference to their file, and we obtained that these publications are included in 7 principal domains, such as industry, education, IT, economy, healthcare, human resource, and others filed. As you can see on this chart, the nearly half of publications are related to industry. So we obtained competency categories, and we found that there are authors that divided competency into 2 general categories, technical, non-technical skills. Other authors divided competency into 4 or 3 similar categories: technical, methodological, social, and personal competencies. And we found that 3 authors used 5 different categories, and 2 authors used 8 categories. The percentage of each classification used in each model is as follows. So as you can see on this chart, the models that contains 2 similar categories take a part of 9%. Models that contains 8 or 5 categories take a part of 6% each one, and take a part of 35%. Finally, the grade part is about 41%, and it is for the classification that use 4 or 3 similar categories: technical, methodological, social, and personal. So we detailed the use of this classification, and we obtained that technical category is mentioned in 16 publications out of 34. Personal category is cited in 11 publications out of 34. Social category is cited 9 times, and methodological category is cited 6 times. So as a result, we conclude that technical, methodological, social, and personal classification appeared to be reasonable and closer for the maintenance 4.0 competency model, since it is more cited, more used, and almost contains all types of competencies. For example, the managerial competencies can be divided into technical, methodological, social, and the personal competencies. Let's turn now to results and discussion, and the second result about competency model characteristics. So in this context, 50 competency models were analyzed to identify the characteristics needed to build a competency model, and we obtained 5 main characteristics cited in literature, such as clustering of competencies, clarity and transparency, future competencies, manageable number of competencies, and the proficiency level. So as you can see on this chart, each characteristic is cited in different years. For example, proficiency level is cited 1 time in 2005, 14, 17, and 19. And it is cited 3 times in 2018. Finally, the maintenance 4.0 competency model will organize it into 3 levels. So we will have 3 proficiency levels: maintenance technician at level 1, maintenance engineer competencies at level 2, and the maintenance manager competencies at level 3. And in each model, the competencies will be clustered into 4 categories, such as technical, methodological, social, and the personal category. We can add that the future competencies will be included in the model, and the model will comprise a manageable number of competencies and will be understood by users. As a conclusion, our finding shows that the classification of 4 categories, technical, methodological, social, and the personal competencies, is reasonable and closer for clustering the maintenance 4.0 employees' competencies. And also, the main characteristic of the maintenance competency model are a manageable number of competencies and the inclusion of future competencies. So these characteristics, we will use it to develop a competency model for the maintenance 4.0. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you very much, Ms. for your very good presentation. It's a very interesting work you have done, and I would like to ask the audience if anyone has a question for this presentation. Any question?
No question.
Thank you, doctor. We don't have a question for you.
Okay. Thank you.